This game has a lot to talk about. Welcome back to this Arsenal podcast, a match day review for me. Arsenal against Aston Villa at home, 2 to Arsenal and 1 to Aston Villa. And honestly, guys, I just finished watching. Very nerve-wracking towards the end, especially after that equalizer in the 75th minute. I don't exactly know how I felt about it because I felt this game is just I don't know what to say. I mean, we have so many chances throughout the first half. How are we not 3 to 4 goals up by the end of the first half? No one knows. Just no one knows. We have tons of chances, right? Yeah, the first shot, I believe, Jesus took a very early shot, early free kick attempt, but Martinez saved it. And of course, there were a few where Bukayo Saka wasn't quite in form, which I will kind of go over it later in a bit. But before going into the actual game, we gotta talk about the match build up to today's game. Honestly, I wasn't feeling quite well about this game because the fact that we all know Partey is out, Zinchenko is out, and also El Nani is out, and that's like a problem because first of all, you don't have two of your starters and you don't have one of your main backups, number 6 role, and that's gonna cause a lot of problem right now in terms of midfield. Arsenal is very very short in that position, and of course we still have approximately 25 hours, 24 hours until the end of the January summer transfer window. It is going to be a very hectic in the office, I believe, for Edu and also for Arteta as well. They have to secure one signing based on today's game. And it seems like there are a few knocks here and there during the game. Martin Odegaard took himself out of the game, and Ramsey was kind of holding his hamstring, so that is going to be a problem. But yeah, of course the transfer thing, I will talk about that in another video. I hope very soon. But honestly, guys, I feel like with 3 players out already, I feel like we just need to add more quality of depth. Yeah, this season we did that. We have Fabio Vieira, Zinchenko, and also Gabriel Jesus to strengthen those area. And of course, pretty much Gabriel Jesus was the one to replace like I said. But other than that, you only have 2 strikers, 2 fit strikers. What happened if one of them got down? That's going to be another big problem. So Arsenal got to do more in the transfer window very soon because I don't think they have much time left. And of course, in terms of the midfield area, we got to do more about it for sure. I don't know what the exact situation of how this the midfield crisis, injury crisis, gonna cause Arsenal in a very long term. I know Partey seems to be like a very short injury. I think it's gonna keep him a couple of weeks, but seems to be he will not be part of the United game. And of course, same as Zinchenko, I don't think he will make it in that game. El Nani, I think it's going to be out for maybe a couple months. Apparently, I heard it could be quite severe, but they're still waiting for the scan. And yeah, going to Aston Villa at home. Yeah, we beat Fulham last time out with a late winner. Sure, it's a nerve-wracking game, 100%. Is it our best game? No, 100% not. And this game, it's not 100% for us as well. I would think this game would be 100%, like going in our way, is that we score more than 3 in the first half. In the first half, not the whole game. In the first half, but the fact that we couldn't do it, it's quite frustrating because I felt like we could have killed the game in the first half, and we don't need that type of drama towards the end there. But I think at least it is what it is. It's still we're still quite inexperienced in certain areas. We're not perfect. We're far from perfect, and I believe that it might take us a year or two to adapt to or to change to an environment where we're like Man City. If we have a chance to kill the game in the first half, we just do that. And Erling Haaland just scored a hat trick in the first half and 3-0 to Man City against Nottingham Forest. Yeah, I know it's Nottingham Forest who were recently got promoted, but still, like in this kind of situation, if Arsenal want to establish themselves to a top team, I'm not saying like they're a top team right now. Of course, they're working their way to become the top, but there's still a lot to work with because our team was not perfect. Our team is still very young. On average, we are 24-year-old, and the only oldest player on the pitch today is Granit Xhaka. And by the time when he signed for Arsenal, he was 24, right? And then right now he's 30 now, pretty much, and he's surrounded with Lokonga. I believe Lokonga is 21, 22, 20, and then we have Saka on the right, and then Martinelli 21. Gabriel Jesus 25, but still, it is something that Arsenal have to work with eventually. I don't know, is it because the fact that I don't want to blame fitness as a problem in this game that led to them not scoring a lot, because it would have been a terrible excuse if it happened. But thank God it's not gonna happen. But the main player that I want to talk about today is actually Albert Sambi Lokonga, because a lot of people are talking about the fact that Lokonga is kind of dropped all the way to a third option for number 6 row. Okay, right now Partey is out and El Neni is out. Usually when Partey is playing, El Neni will be the backup, and Partey is not playing, then El Neni will be playing that role. And right now we have to think about, okay, all right, Partey is gone, El Neni is gone. Right now, who step on into that role? We have that experience last season, I believe, when you play Lokonga instead of El Neni against Brighton, I believe so, and they changed the whole formation a little bit, and which doesn't seem right for me. They put Xhaka to the left hand side, and of course, I think Sambi on the number 6 row and Odegaard on the number 8 row, or Smith Rowe on the number 8 row, I believe. Either one of them, and it didn't work out at all. It turns out Xhaka has such a key role in playing that box-to-box midfielder. Yeah, he does not have the pace to outrun anybody, to outrun defenders, but the fact that he's so clever on the ball, his positioning is always very well, his awareness on the ball, his passing, just everything about his game has been pretty much flawless, especially in today's game. Except he doesn't have the speed, which everybody knows that, but he compensated that by having very good anticipation, very good technique on the ball, and just the fact that he's just very clever in general. And Lokonga, yeah, I think the majority of the Arsenal fan base, it's a little bit worried about him because the fact that he played a few games during Partey absence, he didn't quite strive to what we think he would be. But the fact that he was only 20-year-old and he's still adapting to the role, to be honest. He was pretty much the successor to Thomas Partey. But the fact that he wasn't quite able to prove himself in the last season in that role in a very consistent basis, that gave him a little bit of just kind of a loss of confidence for him, to be honest. But the fact that he has to come in today to fulfill two of the senior players in that number 6 row, because honestly the number 6 row in Arsenal is very, very important, because honestly if you don't have a adequate player who plays that role, the whole system just kind of, the whole structure just kind of collapse. And Sambi Lokonga, we just gotta give a lot of credits to him, because I think in today's game he has been tremendous for sure. The fact that he's so calm on the ball, he barely makes a mistake at the back, maybe a little bit of hesitation on the second ball from a goal kick especially, but other than that he has been fantastic. There are a few times where he wasn't quite touching the ball, or just haven't really been having a goal with the ball, but the fact that he is positioning himself in a very good position, allowing more spaces around him to make a lot of those passes, and he barely puts a wrong foot in today's game. And I bring a cup of water right next to me, because last time out, I'm sure in the last 10 minutes of the podcast I was on the verge of coughing. I'm gonna take a sip of water right now. All right, you guys probably hear that gulp from me, but it is what it is. But I just need that water. But and yeah, I think Sambi Lokonga is very good in today's game, but you just cannot get carried away. Next game is going to be Manchester United, and the fact that we barely won this game, just by a bit towards the end. How are we going to play United then? The fact, like, I know we won 5 out of 5. We should be grateful. Of course, a lot of opposition fans or fans that hate Arsenal thinks that Arsenal needs to humble. Well, I'm not saying it's true, but the fact that we kind of got ourselves into a very nice position in general. So I don't think we need humbling at this point, but we just, well, certainly, of course, for us, amongst the players, manager, and also the staff, believe the team needs to be to be humble. Yeah, we won 5 out of 5. I don't even remember the last time we won 5 out of 5, to be honest. I wasn't even born yet. And I just think that I just think that Arsenal just need to calm themselves down. We still have 24 hours in the transfer window. We gotta sort something out in certain positions and come back and against Old Trafford. Yeah, we beat them 2 seasons ago, but it was 1-0. It wasn't quite an interesting game. We won by a penalty kick from Aubameyang. Last season we lost 3-2, and I felt like that game we could have won as well. So honestly, right now the big test is definitely on Sunday, and we gotta, we just have to look forward to it. I'm certainly very excited, but the fact that today's game worries me a lot. I believe in my team. I believe on our substitutions as well. Think about it, like Eddie Nketiah. He came on pretty much the last 10, 15 minutes. His job is to pretty much keep possession of the ball and just run with the ball. And he had three good runs. Like he has transformed himself into a complete different player. Arguably, maybe by the time when we were down we weren't down when the game was tied. I felt like we could have probably put him on a little bit early, but of course with I don't know what Arteta was thinking, but maybe it was a good idea to take Jesus off, because honestly I feel like Ben White has done a fantastic job, has to sub him out because I think we are trying to keep him for the United game. Odegaard seems to be nibbling towards the end, and he asked to get out of the pitch. Smith Rowe came on, and of course Hoden came on for Saka, and also Eddie coming on as well. And honestly, I'm very grateful with the bench, to be honest. We have Tommy Yasu coming in as well, who has been solid in the end. And this is something that we still need to work on, because yeah, we have the depth right now, but we have the quality of depth, but at the same time we don't have the quantity of depth. I felt like right now, 4 or 5 games in, we are already down, like 3 players down already. And I totally forgot about Ainsley Maitland-Niles for a second. I felt like he could have been playing such a big role for the club, but unfortunately just didn't quite work out for him. Or else I think he could, replace, I don't know, maybe Xhaka, maybe Odegaard, but I heard in preseason he didn't play particularly well. But honestly, this game is, just very nerve-wracking. Just a lot of chances, by the way. And of course, towards the end, that goal we conceded, I'm not sure. I don't know how I felt about it. I felt like the last game against Fulham, Ramsdale did a fantastic job. Yeah, I know I've been kind of going at him every time he made a mistake, but the corner kick, I don't know how I feel about it, because I felt like, they were talking about, Douglas Luiz scored a corner kick from corner in the EFL Cup against Bolton. And I thought, oh no, I was scared, right? Like the first ball coming in, Xhaka didn't deal it very well. And the second ball came in, and Tommy Yasu just kind of left it, and Ramsdale was kind of getting blocked by Watkins. I think Konsu or Watkins, either one of them. But that was, I don't know, was it a foul? Maybe, I don't know how to judge that one, but I felt like Ramsdale could have done slightly better, or maybe Tomiyasu should have done a little bit better by just kind of intercept the ball. I felt like having somebody yet on the front post could be very vital in that situation, because I feel like the way how the ball curved in, it curls through the first post. So I felt Arsenal should have done better. But the fact that we know this season could be our big season to end up at the top four is because the fact that we came back 2 minutes later, just like that. I don't have doubts. Like, yeah, we were down by 1-1, and I was like, oh God, like, is this the end of our winning streak, right? But then all of a sudden, blah, 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 2 minutes later, Saka crosses the ball in, and then to Martinelli. Of course, he didn't connect the ball very well, but the fact that he got his foot on the ball, and of course, Emi Martinez should have done better, and we just scored just like that. Sometimes we just need a little bit of luck. But at the same time, that goal, I don't think it's luck. It's all meant to be right there. But I felt like we could have gotten ourselves in a much better position if we somehow take all those chances earlier on in the first half. Then we don't have to be worried. Like, okay, for example, if we were 4-0 up and Aston Villa scores a goal from a corner kick, yeah, I'll be mad because we don't have a clean sheet. But at least we were like, okay, like, not a nerve-wracking, like, it's not gonna put the fans into a very nervous position. But thank God it wasn't the case. So that is something that I have to worry about, or we have to worry about. Yeah, we are completely dominated the first half. So what? We just don't score enough. The first goal came on in the second half, and I felt, okay, good. We were starting to build the momentum. And then a few more chances didn't work well. Honestly, there's one play, I believe, in the first half. Xhaka heads it down, or chests it down to Martinelli and volleys it. Oh, if he scores, definitely goal of the decade in the Emirates Stadium. Just beautifully executed, but you have Emi Martinez on the other side. It's really tough, by the way. But when you look at the angle right behind Martinelli for that attempt, I thought, oh shit, that was about to go in, but it wasn't. But you know what? A win is a win. I know this is such a conventional way to describe a win. And yeah, a win is a win, to be honest. And we gotta talk about Rob Holding. Just come on for what, 10 minutes, and did the same thing that he has been doing very well throughout his last season. Just coming on the last 10 minutes, courtesy man, come on, just to clear the ball away, interception and stuff like that. I think he will still play a very big role in Arsenal. And I don't think that, okay, if he is, of course there were rumors about him leaving Arsenal, going to Aston Villa. But I don't think Rob Holding should be leaving this season, because I feel like we are still very young. We're still a very young team, by the way. The fact that if you drop Ben White, put Tomiyasu in, and then you're trying to like do like a Rob Holding job with Ben White, could have been totally different. So yeah, we won this game. I'm still happy about it. Can we do better? Yes, we have. Yes, we can. I blanked out a little bit. Yes, we can definitely do better. But next one is going to be a big task. Before going away, there's one thing I do want to talk about is fitness is such an underrated attribute on an athlete. The fact that Thomas Partey, great player, can maintain his fitness. Zinchenko, great player, can maintain his fitness. And Granit Xhaka has been playing 90 minutes in, 90 minutes out. Get barely subbed on. Barely got an injury. Yeah, remember last season, early on in the season, where he had like a knee operation. That was about it. Since then, Xhaka didn't quite miss a game, except the red card against Liverpool at the Carabao Cup in the first leg. Other than that, fitness is so important, guys. Like, yeah, no matter how good of a player you are, but if you don't have fitness, it'll be tough. Thomas Partey, apparently, what the stats says was that since he has been an Arsenal player, he only started 58% of the game since he joined. Same as Kieran Tierney, barely making that 60%. And that is something that, in terms of recruitment in the next, a couple of years, we got to think about that perspective as well. So that will be all for this segment of this podcast. Hope you guys enjoy. Of course, I wasn't feeling exceptionally happy. Of course, I'm relieved, but I feel like we should have done better. But the fact that we putting ourselves in this situation makes me doubt how the game's gonna go against United. United won the last two, and United's just signed Anthony. And of course, that part of the area, when United's momentum start to build, they are a good team. Yeah, I don't like United in general, but I think they are a very good team on paper. Yeah, they were not performing in the first two games. Totally fine. Eric Ten Hag is still kind of figuring out the players, formation, and stuff like that. Right now, he understands it. Take away Harry Maguire, put in Varane, and also Lisandro Martinez, and it works. And of course, they are, I forgot who they're playing tomorrow, but if they win the next game tomorrow, then Arsenal and United is going to be a very, very important game on Sunday for both teams. Especially for Arsenal. Arsenal has to, show the support, shows the world that, the first 5 games that they've been playing is pretty much mid-table or lower position table team. But Man United, it's a good team. And to see it, and on Sunday, Arsenal just need to respond. Not respond, but the fact that needs to continue the momentum and prove the haters wrong that Arsenal hasn't got a very good opponent yet. No, Arsenal needs to win that game. If we play against City, I wasn't expecting them to win. Against Liverpool, I might not be expecting them to win, but Liverpool seems to be, I don't know, by the time I'm recording this, they were losing to Newcastle by 1-0. You don't know. And of course against Spurs, not an easy team. So Sunday, it's the time where Arsenal needs to show themselves that they are capable of playing against top tier team as well. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this segment of the video or the podcast. And I'll see you guys right after the United game.